Hello and happy Tuesday. So, some news I ended up getting over the holidays is that I have a blood clot, or I had a blood clot in my heart. And when you get diagnosed with that post heart surgery, and follow up, it runs into a situation where you end up having to take blood thinners for forever, for the rest of your life at that point. It's not great. It's not horrible. Just one of those other medications you got to keep taking just to make sure. Also, again, being diabetic, it's one of those things you got to kind of work into your routine. You feel your toes, you feel your fingers, make sure you don't have any scratches. Because being on blood thinners, clotting does become a factor. Some other things with my health. It has been fluctuating over the holidays. Obviously, it fluctuated a lot during the holidays. Um, so when I got out of the hospital, I was around 245, I think 245 pounds. Um, and then, just like anything else, when you're trying to break a habit and restart a more healthy habit, it does kind of fall off the wagon a little bit. I have always tried to continue walking day in, day out to make sure that my heart keeps pumping. And so that hasn't been the problem. The holidays have been a little bit because of the food. um, but hopefully this new year I can change that. So now I fluctuated sometime around, I want to say 3 months in, 4 months in. I pushed back up into the 280s. I'm down to 271 right now. Um, I'm hoping to get back down. I know 180 pounds is not necessarily reachable in a year. So I'd like to bring down to a target weight of around 180 for my size, for my weight, BMI, whatever you want to take it as. That is relatively healthy for me. Will I get there? No. Not immediately anyway. The walking needs to happen consistently though. I know there were a few days, weeks or so that I trailed off. But I'm back on that path, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to follow it better, be able to walk more. Walking an hour or so is great, but I want to be able to keep walking and not necessarily run out of energy at that point. So walking distance is kind of a problem. I do get a little short of breath, not necessarily where my heart's not pumping, just it's a long process and my body's not used to it anymore. So it's really, it's also a situation of being, out of shape in general. So hopefully in 2023 that'll improve as well. This is something that was kind of impromptu. I found out that I had a clot in my heart somewhere on the 20th of December, and now I'm just kind of trying to push through it and unpack all that information, because I wanted to slowly get off all the meds I was taking, or at least most of the meds I was taking, and now it's one of those things where it's one more med I have to keep taking, and you get a little run down by all the meds that you have to take every day, and you always have to keep in mind all those meds that you have to take as well. I know you can set up an alarm for all of the meds, but it's one of those things where it's like, do you really want to stay, listening for the next bell, for the next, for the next alarm to take the next med. It gets a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Frustrating, because you want to get on with your day and things like that, but you got to make sure that all your meds are taken. And, you miss a med and then you get a little paranoid because you don't feel well after them. And, it's not the long-term resolution to my situation. Hopefully, again, I'll be able to exercise more in 2023. I'll be able to lose more weight. The portion control and everything else is starting to take effect now. After the holidays, I tried to portion control during my holidays, but you never know. Through all the celebration, through all the Christmases, and through celebrating those things, it's really hard to try and portion control and say, hey, I just want to eat this much, or I just can eat this much. And, so I did let myself go a little bit, but it wasn't too much to where, like, in previous holidays, I've gained, like, 10 pounds. In this holiday, it's only been maybe 4 or 5. So, not too bad. And not great. But hopefully I'll be able to do much better as of this year. That's kind of my goal. Videos that are coming up, I do go into talking about some tips and tricks to make sure for different things to take care of your own health. And also some things that maybe you want to do to make sure that you haven't had a heart attack. During my course of this whole recovery and heart condition situation, there have been a lot of feelings, a lot of different things that I've been going through mentally, and just want to make sure that people get an idea on what to look for and how to feel, because a heart attack for one person can be very loud. It can be one of those things where you are really clutching your chest and everything else. But for some people, and for me, I didn't even know it came. And there were other things to watch out for that, thankfully, my brother ended up finding out, telling me to go and get checked out. And if that never happened, I wouldn't be here, because somewhere in there I experienced a heart attack and I just let it go. Who knows what would have happened, 5 days after I was told by a doctor to just take, some meds for allergies. So I'll be coming up with some of those tips and tricks to kind of look out for. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure to keep you guys up to date, let you guys know what's going on. There'll be more videos coming up. But yeah, again, I want to thank everyone on this journey that I'm going through as I try to unpack these things on video and express them to you all. Thank you for those that have subscribed. Thank you for those who put to my Patreon if you do. If you don't, it's fine. No problem. We're now officially in the middle of a recession, so I understand. But I do appreciate all of you that have subscribed. Will this YouTube thing actually go viral, whatever? You know, the hopes of that is high, but the percentage or the chance that it will is pretty low, just like every other situation. So, my hope is to hopefully disseminate some information for people to be able to pull from and say, hey, this one guy on this crazy YouTube channel he had, and he seemed so monotone and so stoic, but he had some really good information, and I was able to save, XYZ from, their situation because I was able to read into some of the feelings that they had or whatever the case may be. Again, I hope something in here, in any of these videos, helps out. I know my experience is going to be different from everyone else's experience who has had and suffered a heart attack. Maybe some are similar, but to go through everything we're going through is pretty much the same. Everyone who is in my condition moving forward has to just stand, walk, and exercise and get healthier that way, and make sure that their bodies are healthy, because when your body is sick, it's horrible. I don't want to ever necessarily get another bypass surgery, but it is possible. That's in my future still. And if there's any little tidbit of information or anything that can help anybody that I can disseminate, I'm gonna keep trying. So thank you again, guys, for watching my videos. I do post these every Tuesday and Thursday, and I want to let you guys know that hopefully more to come, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for subscribing. You all have a good day.